Well, hello there guys, it's me, Kit Borman. You definitely might recognise me from the previous videos. So, I am glad you are here to join me on this brand new video for a story time together as we learn a lesson on another Read Aloud stories for you guys. I'm going to read another Disney storybook for you guys since I have read them or over 100 titles of Disney books in the past years. First of all, in this video, I have decided to start reading through this nostalgic Disney storybook called Walt Disney's Donald Duck's Birthday. It was published by Disney's From the World of Reading and Groiler Book Edition. When I read this book, I'm going to read by words and also going to show some those magnificent illustrated pictures from each page. So, you are here to come to the right place for a story time as we learn and listen. Excellent. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first day of summer, fishing season was warm and sunny. Donald Duck had been waiting for this day. Out he went in his red motorboat. The fish were really biting. Donald had a wonderful time that morning. In the afternoon, dark clouds appeared. "I'll just land one more fish," said Donald. "Then I'll head ashore." Soon it began to rain. "There's no time to lose," said Donald. He held in the anchor. The wind was blowing very hard. Donald's boat was tossed on the waves. There was thunder and lightning. Donald tried to steer toward shore. Donald Duck's nephews, what's their uncle, Huey, Duey, Louie, were worried. "I hope Uncle Donald sees those rocks in the water," said Duey. Smash went the boat into the rocks. Donald and the fish flew out of the boat. Donald was not far from shore, so the boys dragged him up onto the beach. "Poor Uncle Donald," said Huey. Donald and his nephews looked at the remains of a boat. All they could see were broken planks. Then Louie found Donald's fishing rod. "This won't do me any good now," said Donald sadly. "There is nothing to do but go home. Some fishing season this turned out to be," said Donald. "I don't have a boat or a rod. I don't even have any fish." He looked very glum. "You're lucky to be safe," said Duey. "You didn't wear your life jacket." But Donald just sat in his chair, looking sadly at the rain through the window. The boys went upstairs to their room. "We have to cheer up Uncle Donald," said Duey. "His birthday is soon," said Huey. "Maybe we can buy him a new boat with the money in our banks," said Duey. "Good idea," said Louie. Duey broke his piggy bank with a hammer. "Look at those coins," Duey said. "My turn," said Louie, and he grabbed the hammer. Me next," said Huey. Donald heard crashing sound. "I wonder what those boys are up to," he said. So he tiptoed up the stairs. Donald peeked into the boys' room. He saw them happily counting their money. "Isn't that nice?" Donald thought. "They must be planning a surprise for me." Soon the boys set off with their money. "Hope we found a nice boat," said Louie. On the way to town, they met Uncle Scrooge. "What are you boys up to?" asked Uncle Scrooge. "Uncle Donald wrecked his boat," said Duey. "So We're going to buy him a new one, said Louie. For his birthday, said Huey. Said Uncle Scrooge. I'd like to see that. So he went along with them to the sports store. There were wonderful things in the store. Look at these engines, said Louie. And this diving gear, said Uncle Scrooge. Duey spotted a big motor boat. This is just a boat for Uncle Donald, he said. Just think of the fun we would have, said Louie. What do you say, Uncle Scrooge? Asked Duey. It's your money, boys, said Uncle Scrooge. Ask the sales clerk. Huey, Duey, and Louie showed the sales clerk their coins. Is this enough? They said. Said the salesman. That might pay for a steering wheel, but not a boat. Sorry, boys. Huey, Duey, and Louie looked very sad. How about a fishing rod? The salesman said. Buy the rod, and you get a bamboo pole free. But for you boys, I'll make it 3 bamboo poles. That's an idea, said Duey. Just then, Uncle Scrooge said another sign. A built it yourself boat kit would be fun for the boys, said Uncle Scrooge, reading the sign, so he called them over. If you're willing to build the boat, I'll pay for the kit, Uncle Scrooge said. That boat looks great, said Huey. It will be a lot of work, said Duey. But I am sure we can do it, said Louie. So Uncle Scrooge thought the kit and the boys bought a fishing rod. We want a gift to be a surprise, said Huey. Please send them to our friend Mickey's house. Then the boys went home with their poles. Donald was peeking out the window as the boys came home for their shopping trip. He saw them pass by with their bamboo fishing rods. Then the boys walked to the garage to hide their poles. Those ungrateful scamps, Donald said. They have spent all their money on themselves. He stamped his foot. They have forgotten all about my birthday, he said angrily. Early the next morning, the boys went over to Mickey Mouse's house. They started to unpacking the boat kit. Mickey helped them to read the instructions. Minnie brought them lemonade. Huey, Duey, and Louie worked on the boat every day. It was really taking shape. Soon it was a day before Donald's birthday. The only thing left to do was to paint the boat. Today's my birthday, Donald said. The next morning, when he woke up, I'm sure the boys have some surprise for me. So he rushed out to bed to look for the boys. The house was very quiet. Donald looked in the boys' bedroom. The beds were empty. He hurried downstairs. There was a note on the kitchen table. Happy birthday, Uncle Donald. Sorry we can't spend the day with you, he read. Humph, said Donald. I guess those boys are just too busy with more important things. Just then, the doorbell rang. I wonder who that could be, Donald said to himself. Minnie Mouse was at the door. Happy birthday, Donald, she said. Mickey and I wanted you to come over. I'm glad someone cares, Donald said. Soon they were on their way. All of Donald's friends were waiting outside Mickey's house. Happy birthday, they cried. Donald felt much better. Happy birthday, Uncle Donald, said Huey, Louie, Duey, and Louie. They gave him the fine new fishing rod. then Minnie gave him on the outboard motor. But I don't have a boat, said Donald. Oh, yes, you do, said Mickey. Look. Mickey led Donald to the backyard. They sat a new boat. The boys made this for you from a boat kit, Mickey said. Those boys are good workers, Uncle Scrooge said to Donald. You can be very proud of them. That very same day, Uncle Scrooge, Donald and the boys went fishing in the brand new boat. It was the best fishing trip they had ever had. The end. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to conclude this story of Donald Duck's Birthday by Disney. I hope you guys found it interesting about Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Duey and Louie, making very special gifts for Donald Duck. I hope you find the story very interesting and very fascinating. It gives you a lot of attention to a reading experience. Okay, guys, so we highly dedicated to a magical legacy of Walt Disney Company since 1923. This is brought to a wonderful magical legacy behind the animation studios. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you see you on the next videos. So, if you're happy to stay tuned, remember to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell notification as well. So, like, comment, share and subscribe to it is always appreciated. Okay, always then, so see you soon and I hope you have a nice day.